Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Rezu Learns AFK Journey. Today we're gonna have a look at a new character which is called Daimon, and you might have stumbled around him. He's now out for 2 days in Europe, and people are already pretty excited about him. And the reason for that is because he was out for like a day when the boss came out here, this world boss, and he's already in the team doing the most damage. And look at this. So here's my Mythic plus Daimon, and he does almost as much damage as the other folks here, including a P2 Ludovic and a P1 Chimera and an S plus Foresto. So wow, this guy is doing a lot of damage. So is he worth pulling? Like, why is he so good? So there is enough other videos around from other YouTubers explaining him in detail, but where's the fun in that, like watching these videos? I haven't, to be honest. So this is the first time I'm going to look at the skill set of Daimon, and maybe it's interesting because I might approach this a bit differently than the usual YouTubers. Okay, so let's have a look at Daimon. So where is he? Here he is. And to be honest, I actually switched my client language to English because normally it's German, just so I can actually read what is there. And this is my second take because I first tried it in German. This is super hard. Okay, so let's go through the different skill set and start with the ultimate. So first off, the ultimate can be instant. So 0 cooldown, 0 initial cooldown, but requires 400 energy. So boost Daimon to 400 energy and he will do his ultimate immediately. Cool to know. So passive. Daimon's Guardian Spirit Stitchy, that's his stall, right? Fights alongside him in battle and automatically attacking the enemy closest to Daimon. Okay, so essentially if you put it in front, he will target the tank or the boss, yeah, for 90% of Daimon's damage. Okay, so that's cool. So essentially you have 2 units doing the same damage, more or less, yeah, so a bit less. Stitchy cannot be targeted or attacked. Well, that's cool. I mean, if you compare that to Cessia, for example, like her minion can be attacked, this one cannot be attacked. This is amazing. Like you have somebody doing hopefully a lot of damage. Like how much damage does this guy do? Oh, okay. I always get that. So where are the stats? So what are the damage meters? The damage. Where is this? Vitality. Where is attack? Here, attack. 6k at Mythic Plus. Okay, compare that to one of those having a lot of damage. Where is it? Why is this not all at the same way? 11k. Okay. So half of Bonnie, but Bonnie is one of the most attack heroes, I think. Okay, so damage is not so much, but okay, it's fine. So can I be okay, that is so. Also get an undefeatable minion, or unattackable or untargetable minion that basically does medium damage, I would say. Let's wait a second. Let's compare this to a unit doing almost no damage. Like what about Haven? I mean, she does some attack, but 9k. Okay. Hello. Is there somebody with less damage? What about Rowan? Let's go through all the healers. 9k. Again, it's not fair. These are all P1. Okay, what about Florabelle? Because she also has minions. Where is it? Why is this not every time different? 10k. Okay. So the attack isn't that precisely that high. What else do we have? Let's look at Nero, who is normally doing no damage at all. 9k. Okay, so that's sad. A bit unfair because we're comparing Mythic Plus to S Plus and P1. So, yeah, okay. So let's see. So currently doing a lot less damage than than other units. But let's see, like this is a bit unfair because we have to compare on S Plus actually. Okay, so let's go back and let's see what else do we have. We have the active skill. So Daimon commands Stitchy to unleash an X-shaped slash at the area of the most enemies. Okay, cool. So we have some AoE. Dealing true damage, cool, equal to 20% plus 3 of the target's max HP. Wow. Okay, so we have true damage based on HP. So, okay, for those who don't know, true damage ignores all here defense stats. So for example, if you look at the stats here, come on. Oh, here, you have physical death and magic death, these two, right? So true damage ignores these. So that is why true damage is so cool. So we have true damage here. True damage equaled based on the HP of the enemy. So this is extremely cool because for bosses, this means a lot of damage. The damage can exceed 500% of Daimon's attack. Okay, that's probably why it's so low. But if you buff Daimon with attack, this will go a lot higher. So Daimon needs attack buffs. Daimon and his two weakest allies gain a shield equal to 60% of the damage dealt. So for bosses, this is huge, lasting for 8 seconds. Okay, so this is a team sustain for the weakest allies. Pretty cool. So if you have magic damage dealers or something, they are normally the weakest one. So those will gain shields. Okay, so you're protecting the backline. That's extremely cool. And while we're increasing it up to 28% of the target's HP. So this is cool. So this is already good for bossing content. Pretty nice. Okay, let's go on. So here we have Playtime Plunder. 8 seconds cooldown. Okay. Initial cooldown 0, but 8 seconds. Okay. 8 seconds is not too shabby. Can be lowered by haste. Like, okay, if we have enough haste, then it's about 4 seconds. Every 8 seconds, Sticky unleashes a powerful attack that deals true damage, again, to the target and adjacent enemies. So again, some AoE equal to 20% of the target's max HP. Okay, another cool thing. Okay, the true damage can exceed 400%. Okay, cool. So another attack buff for Daimon coming in. 100% of the damage dealt is then converted into a shield for Daimon. Okay, so Daimon is probably backline, so he protects the backline with shielding and replenish this shield every 8 seconds. So as this shield lasts 8 seconds, this thing is going 8 seconds, so you have a permanent shield. Okay. Active. Daimon drains 70% of an enemy's max HP and converts it into a shield for himself, lasting 8 seconds. Okay. The shield value can exceed 250. So shields galore. Okay, and shield conversion rate increase. Okay, so we're shielding ourselves a lot. And Stitchy does true damage based on HP. Okay, so from these two things alone, what Daimon needs is attack buffing. And then he's a beast for bossing content. For PvP? Don't know. But for bossing, definitely. For AFK stages, high deficits? Yeah, but you have to make sure that this guy is not dying. Okay, body barrier. Okay, barrier sounds like shield. Daimon forms a bond with the ally placed behind him during battle preparation. Okay, so he is not backline, he's second to backline. So he cannot be placed or should not be placed on most of the talent buff fields, except for Wildest, but that is probably too much in front. And so he should be placed in front of another enemy. Okay, whenever Daimon gains a shield, which is permanently up, as we just saw, the bonded ally also receives 20%, 24%, okay, 27% total of that shield during the same duration. Okay, so we're placing this guy in front of someone who needs shielding permanently. While shielded by Daimon, the bonded ally gains extra 15% life drain. Okay, another sustain. And 27% attack. Okay, we're placing this guy in front of Chimera because Chimera also wants attack buffing. Okay, that's nice. So we have a mother-child combination here. If the bonded ally is defeated, Daimon will immediately bond with the weakest ally. Okay, this is also cool, because if the backline is killed by, for example, Bonnie in PvP, then this thing will just jump over to the weakest one. Okay, so if we're using him in PvP, you want to place him in front of someone, somewhere where he won't get a lot of damage. And then we have Nexus sustain for at least 1 unit, plus the team, as we just saw before. And then we're increasing 33% of the shield. Okay, so we're increasing shield. Okay, so far, boss killer, shielder, and buffing the enemy behind him. So not backline, but second to backline. And buffing anybody who needs attack buff like Chimera. Okay, hero focus. Daimon reduces damage taken by 10% during the battle. Okay, sustain. That's good because he needs to survive. He further reduces damage taken by an extra 5%. Okay, good. Daimon reduces damage taken by 40% during the battle while shielded and up to 80%. So, okay. While shielded, he further reduces damage taken by an extra 7%. Okay, so we're gaining sustain through hero focus. Cool. Okay, we want that because if he's away, then we lose all of the shielding. So he's more like, what is he actually? He's a tank? Okay. Okay, good. He's a tank. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's basically shielding like crazy and he does damage. Okay. Whenever Damon's cumulative damage taken and shield value less, shield value lost combined, so anything exceeds 7% of his max HP. Whenever. Okay. So basically, we're going below 70% and we're getting healed up. So and we'll continue this until we exceed 70% of max HP, which is high, I don't know. City returns to him, so not doing damage, and lets out a terrifying roar, frightening enemies within 3 tiles. Okay, that's the thing, like you have this little skull on top of them, so anybody close to him is running away. The enemy who dealt the most damage to Daimon will also be frightened. Okay, what is frightened? One of the abnormal states, frightened units are afraid to get closer to the caster. Okay, good. So stay away, my dear friend. The effect lasts for 2 seconds and triggers every 10 seconds. Okay. So you cannot do this constantly. So it's just a immediate response to Daimon being attacked. So a bit more sustained, to say. So Stitch returns 50%. Okay, so we're lowering that. Level 3. Exclusive still. So that is when you have... So currently I've got 2 stars, so this is 3 stars. Stitch's run is deafening shockwaves and 3 times, and enemy who dealt the damage the raw damage to... the raw deals damage. Okay, so now we're dealing also damage with that. Of each enemy's 5% of each max HP damage again. This damage cannot exceed 100% of the attack. Okay. Stitchy then converts 100% of the damage dealt into a shield for Daimon, so more sustain at 3 stars. At 4 stars, more damage. Okay, so 3 stars is probably a must-have for PvP, I would say. Also useful for boss content. Supreme Plus, when an allied hero's shield expires, converts 50% of the remaining shield value into healing for that hero. Okay, so let me combine that. So Daimon is a tank, but he's actually a supporter. More like, how is our favorite dwarf called? The name of our favorite dwarf here. So more like Eugen in terms of shielding, but he does this for the group, for himself, for the enemy, and does attack buffing. So he should be a support unit rather than a tank. So if he's a tank unit, that probably means that he has a lot of life. How much life does he have? Let's see. 107 million. Now let's compare that to another tank in that area. Let's filter for tanks, not... Oh, I always mix this up. What tanks we have? Okay, let's have a look at Temesia. Okay, Temesia has a bit more, but not much. So he's up to that. And let's compare this to another shielder like Lucius, who is of course higher. Not so far away. So yeah, he has a lot of HP. So he should be very hard to kill, actually. Okay. So let's have a look at how he actually works. So yeah, so I get now why he's so good in bossing content. And if you're after gaining high ranks in Dream Realm or World Bosses, he will probably show up. Okay, let's have a look here. Where is he actually placed? No, Ludovic is in the back. Where are we? Now, why is he placed? So he's not buffing anyone right now, right? Okay. Interesting. That's a good question. If nobody's here, he's probably going to target the weakest enemy. Okay. So here we're buffing Chimera with durability. So Chimera will sustain a bit more. We're buffing Ludovic for more healing. Okay, so we're basically healing. So this is targeted around healing. Okay, and I'm a bit confused why he's not getting attacked to somebody. But maybe this will jump over. Okay. Let's have a look at the battle, how this goes. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're getting slower. Okay, now we're seeing Stitchy going in. Where is he? He's in the back. And now there is the shields. These shields are coming from him, probably. Where is he currently located? I think he's here, right? Okay, we're gonna see when he does his ultimate. Okay, Ah, you constant this boss you constantly lose energy. Okay, I haven't looked at this boss so much, but at the moment we're not doing a lot of ultimates because we don't have enough energy. So there's probably some energy eating going on here. Yeah, but I mean, in the end, like Stitchy does true damage based on HP, so that's probably why he's doing quite a lot. Oh, Shamira did fire an ultimate. I saw one. How did you do that if there is no energy? Okay, interesting. So, okay, I guess like for showing off, this is not the best boss. Okay, let's speed that up because like we cannot see how his ultimate work goes on. Okay, so I'm already doing above 1 billion damage. That's cool. Okay, now you also see like why there's a lot of healing, like if you look at the health path. Okay, so that's it. Let's see where we rank up. Didn't do it today. I ranked 34. That's fine. I mean, given that this server has a lot of whales, I'm pretty happy that I can rank 34, to be honest. Okay, so let's have a look at some talent trial. Yes, I've reached that thing. I don't care. So now one problem that I have is that the stages that I'm in are super hard at the moment. So yeah, okay, so what are we going to do? So I'm trying Chimera. And I'm gonna place my dear friend Daimon in front of her to buff her. So, and then I'm gonna try this one here. So I have no clue if this works. I mean, probably not because of Riz here, because Riz will start zooming around. And we probably have to kill Viperian, which normally means, normally I would put Odie on manual and try to kill him here. And we have Thorin. Okay, this will going to be hard. And we don't have a healing except for the twins. So this will probably not work. But let's see. I mean, we haven't activated any seasonal talent. Yes, and we're gonna change that by putting Thorin here in front. Okay, so let's see. This will probably totally not work because like we don't have stun at the beginning. So we have that stun, but we don't have the second stun, which means they all spread. So we can actually also remove iron from here. Okay, that didn't work out at all. Okay, we have Chimera here. And there is the fear. And there was a slash. Okay, so didn't work out at all. I thought so. But let's see. Okay, not too shabby. And a lot of shielding going on. Okay, so let's have the replay and have a look, because we should have at least one ultimate. Okay, so we're building up. Daimon is almost there. And yeah, we're seeing the shield. Okay, we're seeing the shield on Chimera. So Chimera casts the ultimate, and shortly after we should see Daimon doing the ultimate. Oh, he's probably stunned. Okay, now he's doing his ultimate. Vesh. And we're dying. Sad, sad, sad. Okay, we probably need some more healing here. Okay, but as I said, like the problem is that I don't, that I'm on the very high stages where if you don't have the perfect one, it doesn't work. So I'm a bit lacking some experiment here. Okay, but what we can do is we can actually duel someone. No, not here. This is, I think, one of the most hidden features that you have. You get two friends, then you pick one. And now, Feli. Okay, that works. Duel. Does he have something? Okay, let's see. Dum 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 dum. So we want to have Chimera in the back. Not quite in the back. We want to have Ludovic in the back so that we can... Okay, let's try it like that and put him here. So, great. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so we have the buff. Then we need some tank in front. So let's giving a bit more energy. That's good. Do we have something else that we need to get for... Okay, we want to sustain. So we just want to look... I mean, I'm just tinkering around, yeah? So do we have something else? So, okay, let's give this a bit more energy. This actually looks quite nice. Oh no, I need Lily May because we have an iron here. Okay, let's see. Go ahead. How does this look like? Okay, so we're going in. Okay, first one down. Oh, wow. This was a lot of damage by this lovely critter. Okay, Chimera goes in and we're probably done by now. Yeah, we're done already. Oh, come on. This was too easy. Okay. So, do we have somebody else? Like somebody really hard? Where is she or he? Here, this guy is, yeah, 65. So, she or he should be a lot better. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, now we can actually do a bit of extra speed here. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Go, here we go. Okay, here we go. Attacking. He cannot be attacked, yeah? You see, basically, Thorin was completely ignoring him. That's good. So, we're going in, and there we go. There was the attack. Do we have shieldings? A bit. Chimera goes in, and speed this up. So Chimera has massive shields by now, because like she's shielding herself and all the others, and is getting extra shields from Daimon. So let's speed this up because I'm bored. Okay, now we're gone. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's have a look. There's a bit more. So, let's see. Okay, the damage wasn't that much, but okay, we're not precisely bugged up, so the AoE didn't go in it. But we made Chimera survive a bit longer. And he was almost doing as much as Foresto. And to be honest, he's Mythic Plus, right? So, cool. Okay, so not the best setup for this thing, but to get a bit of an information, that looks good. Okay, so let's summarize that a bit. So from a first look, I would say like for bosses, extremely promising. Yeah, like if as he buffs attack, he buffs shields, he is doing HP based damage, so I guess we're gonna see him in Dream Realm and in bossing content quite often. For AFK stages, I mean, fiddling around a bit, but we might also see him a bit more. Because I guess because of his AoE, that's something that might work. I mean, the problem is that I don't have a good team for him yet, and as I said, like I'm a bit too far progressed for my level, so that's why I cannot really test that very well. So for PvP, let's see. I haven't seen anything yet on that, so maybe I'm doing completely wrong. But I guess like buffing somebody that needs a lot of attack and is in favor of shielding, like Chimera, like maybe Parisa even, or other kind of these units might work quite well. Okay, so is it a must pull? So if you're a lot into PvE, I would say it's safe to pull him to Mythic Plus right now if you can, and then have a look. If he pops out in PvP 2, then he's a must pull. But before that, I would say be a bit careful and have a look how many setups he will pop up. Yeah, but I would not wonder if he does. So yeah, I would say carefully must pull. Let's see what the other players say. I think like Zebo was already pulling him max because he liked him so much, but yeah, I don't know what the others said. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed me ranting about that and trying to learn about how this guy works, and this might help you in your decision. Thank you very much.